KVUE News at 5 starts right now.
We thank you for joining us for KVUE News at 5. I'm Ashley Goodo.
And I'm Quita Culpepper. And tonight, hundreds of doctors abroad are now struggling to get visa appointments, racing against time to get into the U.S. before the start of their medical residencies in July.
KVUE's Brianna Perez is here. And Brianna, you spoke with several doctors who say they're in limbo.
Yeah, that's right, Ashley Quita. For several people, they have spent thousands of dollars and years of their life studying for this moment. Now they say they're worried about whether their dream will become a reality. Project IMG is a support group for international medical students and graduates. Staff with that group told me that they heard from hundreds of hopeful doctors after the State Department suspended applications for J-1 visas in May. Last week, the State Department rescinded that order and resumed scheduling as long as applicants submitted their social media accounts for screening. I spoke with some international doctors who are set to come to Texas. They don't want to be identified for fear of it affecting their visas, but they say this back and forth has prolonged their process and is affecting more than their career path.
No slots open at all. I tried to contact the embassy. They just say, try to monitor your account as much as you can. I do all the time. I can tell you now that I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't take care of my baby. I'm just focused on this issue.
Other doctors told me they'll start looking at options outside of the U.S., while others say coming to America is the only choice. I sat down with an immigration attorney who says more entities need to get involved.
Oftentimes when we've got a Department of State situation or something that's called administrative processing, it can end up being a black hole and you just have to wait it out, and it's massively frustrating. There's little information and little that you can do about it, and it's really horrible for people who have their whole futures set and then everything just changes on them for no reason. I would recommend that the students, but also the schools or the hospitals get involved, because sometimes it's when these larger entities start talking to their elected representatives that things start to move. So I think that people should really communicate with each other and then communicate with the entity that is inviting them.
Lincoln-Goldfinch also recommends that people who are currently in the visa process to be thoughtful of what you're putting online during this time. In studio, Brianna Perez, KVUE News.
Brianna, thank you. Well, today the Supreme Court handed President Donald Trump a victory, ruling individual federal judges cannot issue nationwide injunctions blocking his policies.
The decision came in a case about the president's order to end birthright citizenship for children born to parents who are in the country illegally. 22 states sued to block that policy.
Now, birthright citizenship has been guaranteed by the 14th Amendment since the end of the Civil War. While the president called the ruling a, quote, monumental victory, his birthright citizenship order remains blocked for at least 30 more days.
The case is now returned to lower courts, where judges must figure out how to comply with this new ruling. Rights groups say they'll keep fighting the policy in court. It's unclear whether this could create a confusing patchwork where the policy applies in some states but not in others.
Now, because the birthright citizenship ruling didn't address the constitutionality of the president's actual order to end birthright citizenship, we asked Lincoln-Goldfinch about what this means for people living here under current birthright citizenship rules.
She says the president's order may affect a future child's ability to access legal documents, including birth certificates. But things may change as other courts interpret the justice's ruling.
We're going to be waiting for the lower court decisions. We're going to be expecting more litigation on this. And I think ultimately we will keep birthright citizenship in this country, but it's going to be a bumpy ride.